I do think I'm one of the most well-rounded guys in the flyweight division. I have the most all-around dangerous game. It's like, pick your poison, you know? Like, you want to strike with me, we'll strike. You want to go grapple, then we'll grapple. I don't care. You pick your poison, I'm going to kill you either way.
Alright, fight fans, this is the story of Raw Dog Brandon Royval. He is a third-generation Mexican-American, born and raised in Colorado. Royval wasn't just around combat sports, he was forged by them.
My brother was probably my main influence on becoming an MMA fighter. I was a huge boxing fan. It's like 6th grade. Me and my brother would box all the time, fighting all the kids in the neighborhood. But a lot of it was like I would just get people to come over and box me, watch some of our favorite boxers. We learn a little bit of things there, try to take some techniques. I've always wanted to know how to fight and like might as well be better than the next person, you know? And then it turned into like, okay, we're watching MMA now.
At 15, under the watchful eye of head coach Mark Montoya at Factory X, Royval became more than just a student. He became part of the furniture. He cycled to practice every single day, rain or shine. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai became his refuge. A black belt under Mario Correa, you can see every hour of that mat time in the way he hunts necks, attacking constantly with guillotines, arm bars, triangle chokes, from positions that seem impossible. He eventually began teaching Jiu-Jitsu at the gym. By 18, he was unbeaten in the amateur ranks. He turned pro at 20 and learned the hard way on the regional scene, going just 7-3 in his first 10 professional fights. He was never the hyped, undefeated prospect. He was the guy who knew it was a marathon, a long process to make a difference, and built himself piece by piece. But long before the bright lights and the bonuses, Royval lived a double life. For years, while chasing his own dream, he worked full-time as a youth service specialist at a juvenile correctional facility. He dealt with kids the system had already half given up on.
One day I'll get called by a 16 or 17-year-old and that kind of puts you in a place and levels you out again. But I don't know, it could be the most rewarding job. You learn a lot about these kids. It's enlightening, man. It's really cool to be around some of those kids and see how grateful they are for some of the little things. Because I love it. It's super rewarding and I think it's a job that's meant for me.
He did it because carrying himself like a positive role model, even when it was exhausting, was part of who he wanted to be.
So I work overnights. I get off work at 8:30, go to the gym at 9 a.m. I get out of there at 12. And then if I don't have strength and conditioning, then I get to go home and go to bed. And then I go back to the gym at 5. And then I go sleep for an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then I go do it all over again.
His fierce, never back down style earned him the moniker Raw Dog, collecting wins across various promotions. When he reached the Legacy Fighting Alliance, he went 6-2, capturing the LFA Flyweight title and finally earning his shot in the UFC. His debut in May of 2020 was an instant classic. Thrown in against the gritty veteran Tim Elliott, Royval survived an early storm and choked him out with a second-round arm triangle, banking a performance bonus on night 1. A few months later, after wrapping a guillotine around Kai Kara France, he won another bonus, and finally walked away from his day job, focused on fighting full-time. But walking away from the paycheck didn't mean walking away from the mission. He still volunteers at the detention center, not for money, but to inspire the kids who need it most. But UFC Flyweight division is a shark tank. Setbacks followed. Brandon Moreno stopped him, and Alexander Pantoja submitted him, back-to-back losses to men who would both eventually hold UFC gold. But those defeats did not break Royval, they lit a fire. He roared back with 3 straight wins, earning himself a rematch and a title shot against Pantoja. He fought tooth and nail but lost a hard-fought decision. Though he fell short, he did what warriors do, he rebuilt. He bounced back by avenging his loss to Moreno in Mexico, defeating Phenom Tatsuro Taira in an absolute war. Royval is riding a 2-fight win streak and looking to make another title run.
Title shot next, that's the only discussion. I beat everybody in the top 5 of the division. Who the else? Who the else?
He then stepped in against Joshua Van at UFC 317 in what many called the people's main event. It was an absolute war on the feet, both men trading heavy shots and destroying each other in a stand-up battle. Royval admitted after that he did not fight his smartest fight. He fought to put on a show. He was caught late and lost a close decision. But he earned the respect of the entire arena. Less than 6 months later, he returned against Manel Cup, likely too soon after such a devastating war. He was knocked out in the first round. No excuses. He simply went back to the drawing board.
It is what it is, and at the top of this game, in the top 5, in the top 10, in the top 15, of the world. Anybody could beat anybody on any given day. I work on my mistakes on a daily basis. And
then I have like really good coaches that like, we're going to go over the videos of fight and just take notes and like how to maneuver out of this, what went right, what went wrong. And again, just trying to adapting and going off of it.
I'm not as spry as I used to be. I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm not healing as quickly as I used to be. But that being said, I'm still getting smart. I'm still growing, and I'm still thinking about the game and elevating in many ways.
Now at 33 years old, and 7 months removed from his last bout, Royval believes he is still on top of his game.
If you want to strike with me, then we're going to strike. And if you take me down, I'm going to submit you off my back.
He throws more than 5 significant strikes per minute, constantly pressuring opponents with his high-volume offense. He possesses dangerous striking, but his greatest strength lies in the scramble, attacking from nearly every position. Because of his unpredictable style, almost every one of his fights carries the potential for a dramatic finish. This time, he faces another surging young star, Lone'er Kavanagh, a man with a 10-1 record, who is coming off a great win over former champion, Brandon Moreno.
I'm expecting a hard fight. I expect him being super technical, well-rounded. I expect him trying to lure me in, ready to counter super hard. Just looking to capitalize on the few mistakes he does make. And when I watch Lone'er, I think he gets reckless with his energy. And I think I can zap his energy quickly without just giving away too much. I'm expecting to still put him away and ground him. I'm still that. I know I'm a beast. I know I can hang with all the top guys. I know any given night I could be the best mixed martial artist in the world. And I'm just ready to show just who I am again, you know, and what I can do.
This next fight is just another chapter in his long and winding odyssey. And you know exactly how Brandon Royval fights. It is going to be a war of attrition. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Until next time.